Hi everyone. So this is the first video in my motorcycle maintenance series, and in this video I just wanted to do a quick overview of the different types of fluids and chemicals and specialized tools that I use to perform basic motorcycle maintenance. So I'm just going to start from the left and then move to the right. So here are a couple items that I use to take care of my motorcycle chain. The first item is a grunge brush, and you can find this anywhere. If you go to Walmart, you can find this probably for less than $10, and it's the most useful tool for cleaning your motorcycle chain and also your sprockets. It has a soft thistle brush that you can scrape against the chain and it won't damage the O-rings, and it's just a really unique tool and much easier than if you're just using a shop towel or something to try to wipe off all the different dirt and debris. And to go along with the grunge brush, I use Kerosene. This is actually what's recommended in the SV650 user's manual. The first time I cleaned my chain, I tried using an industrial degreaser, and that's actually harmful to your chain, particularly the O-rings. So I highly recommend just using plain kerosene. And to actually lube the chain, I have two different products here. The first one is the PJ1 Blue Label lube, and the second item is Maxima chain wax. I've always been using regular lube, but I've heard really good things about chain wax, that being it's a dry lube, so when you spray it on and you start up your bike and ride it, it won't fling off as easily as a regular wet lubrication. So I'm going to be trying the chain wax on in a couple days, and I'll probably do a review of how that works for me compared to your typical wet lubrication. So the items here are what I use to change the oil. I use Castrol motor oil, and these are the specifications on this oil matches what's required based on the SV650 user's manual, that being it's 10W40. So depending on your bike, you might need to get a different type of oil to match the specifications in your user's manual. But Castrol, I guess it's just something I'm used to, but I'm not saying it's the best type of engine oil, because if you ask 10 different motorcyclists which oil they think is the best, you're probably going to get 4 or 5 different answers. So for my oil filter, I always use K&N. That's probably just, I'm not really sure how much better K&N performs, but it's what a lot of other people recommend, so it's what I use. And this is a tool that I use to just take off the oil filter when I'm changing it, and that's called an oil filter strap wrench. So the next set of items I use to clean my air filter. This is just a regular air filter cleaner. Once you take off your air filter, you just spray this on, let it sit for a while, and then wash it out, and then it takes out the dirt a lot easier than if you just use a air hose or plain old soap and water. And these two items I use to lube my throttle and clutch cables. This is the lube I use. Again, it's PJ1, same as the brand for my wet chain lubrication. It makes the clutch and the throttle cable a lot smoother. And this is a cable luber. I wouldn't recommend trying to lubricate your cables without using one of these. It just makes the job a lot easier, and I'll demonstrate how to use this in a future video. Alright, so this set of items are all related to the brakes. These are brand new front and rear brake pads, and again, I'll show how to install these in a future video. This is the type of brake fluid that I use. This is a different one than I typically use. The brand is Bel-Ray, and you want to make sure the brake fluid you get is DOT 3 or 4, depending on what is specified in your user's manual. For the SV650, they say you can use either DOT 3 or 4, so that should be okay. And to bleed the brakes, I'm trying something a little bit different this time. This is the mini bleed breaker made by Motion Pro. It's a $10 tool, but I saw another YouTube video demonstrating how to use this, and it just seemed a lot easier than doing the typical method. And again, I'll be making another video to show how to use this. And then this time around, I plan on changing my spark plugs. These are just nothing special. These are the regular NGK CR8E spark plugs, which meet specifications for the SV650. I'm going to change out my headlights this time too. These are Street FX super bright headlight bulbs. Never tried these, but they advertise to be a lot brighter than your normal stock light bulbs, so I guess I'll see how this goes. And then I'm going to change out my grips. And this is what I use for the engine coolant. This is made by Psychologic. This is pre-mixed. If you get one that's not pre-mixed, then you want to make sure you mix it with deionized water, not regular water, because you don't want the minerals building up in your radiator. And how you mix it is based on your motorcycle's user's manual. For SV650, I think it's 50-part coolant, 50-part deionized water. But again, this one's pre-mixed, so I can just use it straight out of the bottle. And for general lubrication purposes, I use Valvoline multi-purpose grease. And for the SV650, if you look through the user's manual, there's 6 different lubrication points. There's 2 on the brake levers, 1 on the rear brake pedal, 2 on the foot, or another 1 on the foot pegs, and actually I think the 6th one is the chain, so I won't use this on the chain obviously, but for everything else, for the other lubrication points, I use this type of grease. And you Armor All wash and wax. You want to keep the bike clean and presentable. And to make my life a little bit easier, I use motorcycle stands. These are Trex stands. Bought them used for $100. New, I don't think it's much more new. It's less than $150. A lot of people use Pitbull stands, but I couldn't find any that were used and in my price range, so I went with these. So that's basically it. Those are the different types of tools and oils and chemicals that I use, and I look forward to making more videos of how I perform each task. So thanks for watching, and if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it below or send me a message and I'll get back to you. Thanks.